invite Miss Sandra Harris to the podium to lead us in the opening prayer.
Good morning, everyone. Bow your heads. O God, our loving Father, we come before you today with hearts full of gratitude for this opportunity to gather as a school community. We thank you for the talents and abilities you have bestowed upon each of us, and we pray we may use them to serve you and others in the best way possible. As we begin this program, we ask you for your presence and guidance. May your love and wisdom be with us so that we may learn, grow, and connect with one another during this special time. Help us to be mindful of our words and actions so that we may always act with kindness, respect and consideration for those around us. May we be open to new experiences and ideas, and may we always strive for excellence in all that we do. May we be the change you want to see. These things we ask in your holy name. Amen.
You may be seated. Mrs. Kathy Ann Wave Gibson, guest speaker, former member of staff of Leicester Vaughan School, Mrs. Suzette Holder, principal Acton, Mr. Sean Ford, deputy principal, Miss Linda Joy Ford, representative of the Ministry of Education, Technological and Vocational Training, and member of the board, other members of the board, Mrs. Cynthia Ford, the Honorable Cynthia Ford, representative of the parish of St. Thomas, representatives of the Parent Teachers Association, former members of staff, specially invited guests, teaching and non-teaching staff, prize winners, parents and guardians, students, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the Leicester Vaughan School Speech Day and Awards Ceremony 2023 under the theme, Be the Change You Want to See. I am Mrs. Marcia Perryman.
And I am Mr. Gilbert Carmichael.
And we are your Masters of Ceremony for this morning's proceedings.
We feel really honored in sharing with you the achievements of our brilliant young students. This is an occasion of joy for all of us as we've come together for celebrating on this auspicious day. This goes without saying that this awards ceremony is among some of the most treasured occasions for us at this school. Our school truly believes that good education plays a crucial role in building a bright future for our children. Therefore, here at the Leicester Vaughan School, we are committed to providing an atmosphere to our students where they all can imbibe good values and learn new things every day. Our students have not only excelled in academics, but they're also very good at the extracurricular activities like sports, drama, artwork, organizing school events, and many other things. They have not only made us proud, but they have brought accolades to our school and given us some national attention. Our school constantly receives attention from the media, and we have hosted many renowned personalities from institutions across Barbados. I express my heartiest gratitude to the principal, teachers, and parents for their support and collective efforts towards the development of these young talents, grooming them to achieve something substantial in life, and above all, raising them with a benign attitude. Whatever our students have achieved thus far, here at the Leicester Vaughan School, we are happy to celebrate them, and we are certainly happy that you are here to join us in helping us to let these students see the change is coming through them. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome. With the formalities out of the way, as is with most, sadly so, occasions in Barbados, let me first begin by apologizing for the late start of this event. It was due to circumstances way beyond our control. But because we are resilient here at the Lester Vaughan School, here we are, and we are about to show you the best of the best.
It gives me pleasure to invite the beautiful voices of our school choir. They're going to lead us in a musical selection. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the beautiful voices of the Lester Vaughan School Choir.
Never fails me in all my days. I've been held in your hands from the moment that I wake up until I lay my head. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. You have led me through the fire in darkest nights. You were close like no other. I've known you as a father, I've known you as a friend, and I have lived in the goodness of God.
All my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With your life laid down, I'm surrendered now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. 'Cause all my life you have been faithful, and all my life you have been so good. With every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful, and all my
1, 2. 1, 2.
Let's put our hands together once more. And, you know, I think this is the best way to have started our program because we have a lot to be thankful for. And ultimately, the goodness of God cannot be denied in this place. This is a place of Jesus. This is a place of God. And, you know, as I listened to that beautiful rendition, I had to run backstage because that's one thing about being MC, and that's why sometimes I ask to be on the other side so that I can share in the joys and the beauty that we have here at Lester Vaughan School. And I listened to the lead singer from where I was, and I can tell you it most certainly sounded as if an angel was singing in heaven. We've come to the point in our program where we are going to invite the acting principal, Mrs. Suzette Holder, to report on the academic year 2022 to 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome the acting principal.
Masters of Ceremonies, Mr. Gilbert. Masters of Ceremonies, Mr. Gilbert Carmichael and Mrs. Mark Perryman. The Honorable Cynthia Ford, Deputy Speaker of Parliament and MP. Chairman of the Board of Management, Dr. Donnelly Carrington, and members of the board. Deputy Principal, Mr. Sean Ford. Featured speaker, Mrs. Kathy Ann Waith Gibson. Presenters of scrolls, Mr. Michael Nichols and Mr. Miro Gasking. Former colleagues of the Lester Vaughan School. Prize winners, members of the Lester Vaughan family. Colleagues, President Headley and members of the Parent Teachers Association, specially invited guests, parents, guardians, students, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and happy Speech Day 2023. It is my honored task to share with you today, on the occasion of our Speech Day and Prize Giving ceremony, some of the achievements and excellence that define the Lester Vaughan School community for the period under review, September 2022 to August 2023. Extracurricular activities have thrived throughout the year, with students excelling in sports, art, and other pursuits. The vibrant energy seen in competitions, performances, and clubs demonstrated the diverse talents that make our school a hub of creativity and innovation. Our school choir is a shining beacon of musical excellence, sought after by many for their captivating performances. Throughout the year, the choir has not only enriched our school events, but has also been in high demand for various external functions, such as the Sagicor Life Inc. lighting ceremony, NIFCA in the Square, National Sports Council Winter Wonderland, Dance Flair Academy Christmas Recital at the UEK campus, Hodgrington College Christmas Staff Luncheon, Savannah Beach Club, Ritz-Carlton, Evrima Yacht, the Child Care Board Ecumenical Church Service, Walking in My Own Shoes Jazz and Vocal Showcase at the Frank Honor Hall, to name a few. The Lester Vaughan Band performances transcend mere entertainment. They evoke emotion and leave a lasting impact on all who have the privilege of listening. The band performed at the Barbados Yacht Climate Action Launch at the Hilton Hotel, hosted by the Ashley Lashley Foundation. They also perform at the Shirley Chisholm Primary School for a celebration of 50 years of CARICOM. On that same day, the Ashley Lashley Foundation hosted an endorsement ceremony, and all students of the Lester Vaughan Band were recognized and awarded certificates. They were also recipients of a much-needed donation of music equipment. Of note, Miguel Barker, a member of the band, was interviewed on Morning Barbados when the Ashley Lashley Foundation highlighted all the artists who were endorsed at that ceremony. Both the band and the choir are led by music teacher Ms. Tracia Bess. Their commitment to excellence and passion for music goes as an inspiration to fellow students and contributes to the vibrant artistic culture of this school. Athletics and sports, football. This sport, led by Mr. Mapp, continues to be very popular at the Lester Vaughan School. The female program is growing rapidly as well. The following students performed exceptionally well, with several gaining national selection. Under 17 boys football trials, Tremont Francis, Jaden Murray, Zayden Hackett. Under 17 girls trials, Adriana Leacock, Kiara Ward. Under 14 trials, Kifara David, Karaya Holder, Camille Lynch. Kifara and Karaya made the national under 14 team. You can applaud them. Netball, Quenisha Cox was selected to the Barbados under 16 netball team. The team won the championships, playing unbeaten among the Caribbean counterparts. Volleyball, led by Mrs. Gooden, this program continues to move from strength to strength. The under-19 boys advanced to the quarterfinals of the knockout competition. Cricket. Several students represented the Barbados Youth Cricket. Congratulations to Kamari Griffith, Alex Brown, and Kamaya Matthew Broom. Mrs. Keat continues to spearhead the program. Athletics. We maintain a top 10 finish with outstanding performances from Denaro Thornhill in the under 15 boys and Alexis Maskell, who was the under 15 zone champion. Honorable mention goes to Kyle Babb in the throws. We performed well in the high jump in all divisions. In the zone finals, all high jumpers who competed were either victorious or finished in the top 3. Hats off to Harmony Eversley Grant, zone and BSAC winner, Adi Singh, under 13 boys, Kadian Brathwaite, under 17 boys, Janetta Harris in the throws and high jump, and Desharid Franklin Herwood, under 20 boys. The basketball program experienced a revival with increasing interest, particularly from girls, a trend attributed to the dedicated efforts of Ms. Graves. The growing participation indicates a positive trajectory for the program. Road tennis gained popularity thanks to the supervision of Mr. Catlin during lunchtime. This emerging interest contributes to the vibrant sports culture within the school. Swimming. While currently having smaller numbers, swimming holds the potential for growth in the future, with expectations of increased participation in the coming season. Badminton witnessed a surge in student interest. The diversification of sports offerings reflects the school's commitment to fostering a well-rounded and inclusive athletic environment. As we celebrate these successes, we will continue to support and nurture the sporting spirit within our school, fostering an environment where all students can find joy and fulfillment in physical activity and healthy competition. Our general achievements and accomplishments: Shamarko Amy came second in the junior tourism competition. Lester Vaughan School received first place in the Barbados Entrepreneurship Contest. Our boys placed 9th and the girls placed 10th in inter-school sports. Alexis Maskell was judge Victrix Ludorium at Inter-School Sports Zonal Meet and division champion at the Barbados Secondary Schools Athletics Championships. In September 2022, Officer Cadet Ford assumed the role of officer in charge of the cadets at the Leicester Vaughan School. Under his guidance, the recruitment of a batch of 25 cadets took place, emphasizing his proactive approach to building and strengthening the cadet community. The success of Officer Cadet Ford's leadership is evidenced in the achievements of the cadets under his charge. OS Maskell Wright's recognition as the best male recruit at the national level attests to the effective training and mentorship provided by Officer Cadet Ford. Furthermore, the promotions of Lance Corporal Wilkinson, Lance Corporal Eversley Cox, and able-bodied Seaman Mears demonstrate a commitment to recognizing and fostering the growth of cadet leaders. The forthcoming announcement of 2 additional promotions underscore the ongoing positive impact of Officer Cadet Shivani Ford's leadership. It is no wonder then that Officer Cadet Ford was promoted. Let us applaud Second Lieutenant Ford for his commitment, dedication, and service to the cadet program. Please stand and be recognized. Second Lieutenant Ford, and congratulations on your promotion. Congratulations, sir. William Butler Yeats opines, and I quote, "Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire." This quote encapsulates the essence of teacher professional development. It emphasizes that education is not merely about imparting knowledge, but it ignites a passion for learning. In the context of teacher development, it suggests that effective professional growth goes beyond acquiring knowledge. It involves inspiring educators to be lifelong learners who, in turn, can kindle the flames of curiosity and enthusiasm in their students. Teacher professional development should focus on nurturing the spark that drives educators to continuously improve and innovate in their teaching practices. To this end, we offer congratulations to Ms. Sandra Harris for successfully completing the Diploma in Educational Leadership 2022-2023 with distinction. The Board of Management embarked on a comprehensive initiative to enhance the infrastructure and facilities within our school. One notable improvement involved the replacement of existing tent tiles with PVC board on ceilings in several form rooms and corridors. This upgrade not only modernized the aesthetic appeal of the learning spaces, but also ensured durability and ease of maintenance. Simultaneously, the power washing of form rooms and outer buildings was carried out, rejuvenating the cleanliness and overall appearances of these areas. This initiative aligned with our commitment to providing a conducive and hygienic environment for both students and staff. Another significant development was the conversion of a designated room into an IT technical drawing room. This transformation reflects the school's dedication to incorporating technology and information resources into the learning experience. In an effort to enhance security and delineate the school premises, the installation of fencing around the perimeter was completed. This measure contributed to a safe and controlled environment, providing a sense of security for staff, students, and other stakeholders. These proactive measures taken by the Board of Management underscore our commitment to continuous improvement and creating an optimal learning environment. As we witness these upgrades, we anticipate a positive impact on the overall well-being and educational experience of the school community. City and Guilds results. In the inaugural cohort of the City and Guilds exams for Stage 3 English and Math, our fifth-year students achieved remarkable success, exemplifying their academic proficiency. The results showcase a high level of competency in both subjects, affirming the effectiveness of our educational approach. This accomplishment of 95% passes in English and 90% passes in math with several distinctions and merits, not only reflected the dedication of our students, but also underscored the strategic decision to introduce City and Guilds exams. As we celebrate this inaugural achievement, we look forward to further integrating City and Guilds exams into our academic framework, providing our students with additional avenues to demonstrate their academic prowess. CXC results. Our CSEC, or CXC results, offered a nuanced perspective, showcasing a mix of commendable achievements, but also areas that warrant improvement. We celebrate the excellent performances that highlight the dedication and hard work of teachers and of many students who demonstrated their mastery of the subjects. We celebrate 100% passes in agricultural science, food, nutrition and health, industrial technology building, industrial technology electrical, office administration, physical education and sport, theater arts, and visual arts. EDPM had 96% passes, English language 89% passes, and mathematics 80% passes. Simultaneously, the results shed light on challenging areas that demand our attention and concerted efforts. Analyzing these specific challenges provided valuable insights into curriculum gaps, teaching methodologies, or other factors that may have impacted student outcomes. By acknowledging both the success and challenges, we can adopt a holistic approach to education, working collaboratively to build on strengths and address weaknesses. This reflective process is essential for continuous improvement, ensuring that our educational system evolves to meet the dynamic needs of our students. We salute all students who did well in their CSEC exams. Their best was good enough. The following students are worthy of mention: Aaliyah Barton, Kiara Budram, Kiara Gill, Ocean Himes, Leandra Howell, Camille Jones, Janica King, Koshana Maynard, and the sole male, Renapa Went. These students passed 5 or more CXC subjects, including math and English. Let us salute them with a resounding applause. In conclusion, as we distribute prizes to acknowledge the accomplishments of our students, let us celebrate the collective efforts of our entire school community. Together, we continue to shape an environment that not only imparts knowledge, but also builds character, resilience, and a passion for excellence. Thank you for being a part of this journey, and congratulations to all the students for their remarkable achievements. I thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Holder. As I sat and listened to Ms. Holder speak about the achievements of our school, the achievements of both the staff and the students, whether it be academics or whether it be sports, it showed that our school is making a mark. Our school is making a mark on history's page, on the history's pages of Barbados. Her report showed that our school is full of potential and that our students and staff are rising to the task. Lester Vaughan is being a beacon in our society. It reveals that we are certainly emulating our theme for this school year, which is rising to excellence, unleashing potential. And Ma'am's report showed all the potential that both our students and our staff are unleashing. Well done. Now, it's a time in our program where it gives me great pleasure to introduce this lady, this wonderful lady, that is about to grace the stage. But before she comes, I'll tell you a little about her. Mrs. Kathian Wave Gibson is an educator who taught at the primary and secondary levels for 35 years. 17 of those years was spent at the Lester Vaughan School, where she taught English and was the coordinator of the remedial reading program before leaving the school in 2020 to teach at the University of the West Indies, Cave campus, where she's presently an instructor in the academic literacies program. She was a part-time tutor in English and linguistics at UE for a number of years before accepting a full-time position there in 2020.
She is a member of the Optimist Club of Barbados North, an affiliate of Optimist International, whose motto is Friend of Youth. She joined the club in 2006 and has served in many capacities over the years and is currently immediate past president of Optimist Club of Barbados North. She's also the chairperson of the Optimist International Caribbean District Flagship Project and a former lieutenant governor in the district.
She's also a devout Anglican who currently serves as the priestess warden and lay minister at the St. John the Baptist Church with Jesus the Good Shepherd. She completed studies at Cotterton College in 2024, graduating with first-class honors in theology. Mrs. Wave Gibson self-published a literature book. 2014. I'm sorry, Mrs. Wave Gibson. Mrs. Wave Gibson self-published a literature book, The Wooing of Beppo Tate, Activity and Workbook. Any Lester Vaughan child knows The Wooing of Beppo Tate. In 2020, and has intentions of publishing other books in the future. Working with the youth with the goal of bettering lives is her passion, and she will continue to do so as long as God gives her strength. With God, all things are possible is the mantra by which she lives her life daily. For nothing is impossible if one puts trust in God. It certainly is an honor and a great pleasure to welcome Mrs. Kathian Wave Gibson to deliver the feature address.
Masters of Ceremony, Mrs. Marsha Perman, and Mr. Gilbert Carmichael, Parliamentary Representative and MP, the Honorable Cynthia Ford, members of the Board of Management, Principal, Acting Mrs. Suzette Holder, Deputy Principal, Mr. Sean Ford, representatives of the Parent Teachers Association, presenters of scrolls, past teachers and staff, specially invited guests, including parents, members of the press, prize winners, and students. Good morning. Good morning. I think present staff. I must also acknowledge present staff, both teaching and ancillary. Now this morning, before I start my address, I just want to say something briefly. I'm looking out into the audience here, and I am seeing a few faces that I am familiar with among the student body. And I want to say something to you before I start actually giving my address. I want to say farewell. I didn't get the chance to say that before because in 2020, when we went online, I was still teaching. And when September came, you would not have seen me at school. And some students whom I have seen they asked me, "Ma'am, what happened? You disappeared." So let me say first, I didn't disappear. I just transitioned into a different role, a different position. So let me formally say farewell to you, and that my time here was very productive. My time here was very well spent, and I loved interacting with all of you, and I'm so glad to see all of you here this morning. Now, your theme for today be the change you want to see. Now, this quote is attributed to spiritual leader Mahatma Gandhi, but these are not in actuality Gandhi's exact words. These words, be the change you want to see in the world, summarize what he said and captures the essence of it. But what he did say is far more thought-provoking and insightful, and probably could be a little bit intimidating for some of us. Now, here's the actual quote. "We but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. This is the divine mystery supreme. A wonderful thing it is, and the source of our happiness. We need not wait to see what others do." What did I just say? We need not wait to see what others do. End of quote. Now, the world is waiting on us while we wait on the world to dictate our very thoughts and actions. All right. Do you like what you see in today's world? Do you like what you see in today's world? That's a question. Not somebody saying no, some persons are saying not all. The wars, the hatred, the racism, the intolerance, the moral decay, and the list goes on and on. You may ask yourselves as young people, what am I supposed to do to change the world? I am just a young person. I am too young. I'm now trying to find my own way in this world. You have to realize that you have to be the ones to change things if you want to see things change. You have to be the ones to change things if you want to see things change. Now let's talk about this word change that some of us don't like to talk about because we are too much in our own comfort zones and prefer not to quote unquote rock the boat too much for any reason. Now, when we talk about change, we are talking about being confident in your ability to identify what needs to be changed and not cower in the face of criticism. So that C is for confident. Confident. So I'm going to go through each of the words in the word change. And by the time I come to the end, I hope that you would remember something. All right? This is your time. Right here, right now. And if you want to see a different society from the one that we are living in today, a society where poverty, crime, violence, drug abuse, child abuse, domestic violence, global warming, racism, and the list goes on, are very pervasive. You have to be bold enough and confident enough to speak up and speak out. You want to end bullying in your school? How many of you have experienced bullying in your school? How many of you have bullied someone? I know hands are not going to go up. But if you have, you need to stop and you need to think about your actions. If you don't want to be bullied, well, don't bully anyone. Don't do it. You want to be treated fairly, and you want to be treated fairly, be a fair person. Be a fair person. And don't be afraid to call out persons when you see them doing the wrong thing. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. Be bold and be confident, because the world is waiting on people like you. How are you going to get to where you want to be? The H, you must have a plan. Have a plan. Wanting to see peace in your school will not be a reality unless you are a peacemaker yourself. Unless you are a peacemaker, and you are a peacemaker, and those at the back, you are a peacemaker. Stop running like Usain Bolt to see the fights and the quarrels and the WWF SmackDowns. Have a plan that would enable you to bring back a sense of calm and peace to your school. Start a club that focuses on recruiting members who want to see the change that you want to see. Have a peace rally. I remember one year having a class that I was teaching HFLE2, and these students decided that they wanted to have a peace rally. I don't think it came off. They wanted to do it at the end of the term, and you know how it is at the end of the term. So many things are happening, but that rally never came off. So I'm charging you that the next time I hear about this school, that one of the good things that I hear is that there was a peace rally at the Lester Vaughan school, and all the students were involved. Become a peace ambassador. You want peace? P-E-A-C-E. Be an instrument of peace. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they should be called the children of God. Schools are not war zones. Let me repeat that. Schools are not war zones, despite the videos that are showing otherwise. Do you want to be proud of your school? Don't be the one who shares the videos on social media platforms. The change starts with you. How do you want your school to be perceived? Whatever you want is what you must do to make it so. Nobody else is going to come in here and do it. You are the students here, right now. You have to do it. Now this brings me to the most challenging part, one of the most challenging parts, the A, adapting. Change involves adapting. Change always involves adapting to situations. We were all created with our own personalities and characteristics which make us unique. We sometimes refuse to want to change our ways, especially if we are comfortable and unbothered by situations around us. If we cannot adapt, then we will be stuck in our ways and not be open to doing things differently. For example, if your teacher asks you to sit in a different seat next term, what will your reaction be? The move may be to save you from yourself, because your constant talking with your classmate is distracting not only you, but the entire class. And the teacher knows that you have great potential. Are you willing to move for the sake of the class and yourself? Or would you prefer to resist the teacher in order to continue in your old ways? You must see your behavior not only through your eyes, but through the eyes of others. See the move not as a way for the teachers to quote unquote pick on you. That famous, phrase, pick on me. The teacher likes to pick on me. Don't see it as that. See it as an opportunity to make a change, to adapt, and change the dynamics and the atmosphere in the classroom. Too many teachers are battling with unsettled classrooms and disruptive behaviors in the classrooms that are impeding the teaching and learning process. Your attitude can become contagious if you decide, okay, I am going to change my behavior. Your attitude can become contagious and cause a ripple effect, not only in your classroom, but throughout the school, the entire school. This is how great schools are built. Not by the hands of men only, but by the character of those who walk the halls of the institution. Your time is now. Don't waste it. Now we come to the N, the letter N. Never settle for less. Never settle for less. Deep within yourself, are you satisfied that you are doing your best and being your best? I'll give you a few seconds to think about that. Are you satisfied that you are doing your best and being your best? Not just at school, but at home, at church or Sunday school, which is becoming now, like for some persons, a bad word, because a lot of children now are not interested in Sunday school. In your community, on the basketball court, the netball court, the football field, I heard about all the great accomplishments, which I throughout my 17 years here, I know that we have achieved so much. This school has achieved so much. If you want to see others be gracious in defeat after a football or cricket match because you are on the winning side, are you willing to be gracious yourself when you are on the losing side? We all know that we love to win. All of us adults sitting here too, we know that we love to win. Everybody likes to win. Do not expect any less of yourself when you are in the winner's circle. Being a winner means being humble while at the same time basking in the glory of victory. It means being empathetic when you see the losing side despondent. It means extending a hand of friendship even as you swell with pride at your team's accomplishments. We have to learn to deal with success just as we have to learn to deal with failure. We need to remember that even if we are not our best selves every day, we are still learning. And the lessons that we learn in and out of the classroom are valuable tools to help us to be better human beings every single day. Never settle for less. In effect, then, we have to grow. So that brings me to the G. We have to grow. You cannot change your habits, your characteristics, your way of thinking without growing as a person. And this is not only for you as young people, but we as adults, we continue to grow as well. We learn every day. This growth can be measured by the progress that you have made in seeking to change yourself and eventually the world in which we live. Growth can sometimes be painful, as I said. Ask any of the adults in this room, because we do not always have the desire to be the kindest or the most patient or the most forgiving. Imagine somebody attempts to step in front of you at the canteen, but you are too hungry to tolerate the boring, as you call it. So you tell them off, and you do it again. The next week, somebody steps in front of you, but then you realize there's a video out there. Somebody was, they had their phone on you, and they were videotaping the whole thing, and now it's out there on social media. The following week, after realizing that your behavior was outrageous or atrocious, you handle the situation differently and feel better about yourself. You want that feeling to continue. You have made progress. You have grown. You have to water the seeds of patience, kindness, goodness, and gentleness that were planted within you from the time that you were born, and watch them bloom around you. This school will be the envy of other schools in this country if you do that. It's up to you. You have the power. What did I just say? You have the power. Let me hear you say. So you as students, I want you to say, I have the power. A little louder. I have the power. And yes, you do. So don't let anybody take it away from you. You have the power. Now, that leads me to my final point, the E. Evaluate. Evaluate. What are you to evaluate? Yourself, your motives, your choices. When you look at others and see something in them that you do not like, do you hate what you see because you see it in yourself? One of the hardest things to do is to admit that we are not perfect. Sometimes we adults, we act as if we are perfect. None of us is perfect. We are now seeking perfection. None of us is perfect. Yet, we expect perfection from others. Try to see the good in others, because you too, you want others to see the good in you. Is that true? Do you want others to see the good in you? Is that true? You can't say the word evaluate, listen again, evaluate, without hearing the word value. Value. Ask yourself, what do I value above all else? Is it my friends? Is it my family? Is it my material possessions? My brand name bag? My brand name shoes? My latest iPhone? You have to recalibrate and evaluate. What can I change that is within my power to change? How can I make this world a better place? What am I making a priority in my life that should not be? And what should be the priorities in my life? At your age, one of your priorities should be to strive to reach your fullest potential, to be at peace with others, to be a person of character, to be someone who excels, who always makes an effort. And if you fall short, remember It doesn't mean that you are a failure. What do? You get up, you dust yourself off, and what do? You go again, you try again. Yes, young man, you try again. How can I make my mark and show the world that I was the change that I wanted to see in this world? That I can look in the mirror and see not only this, my outer appearance, but see the light that shines from within that can be used to help others who need someone to lead them away from the darkness. You can be that light. Lester Vaughan, I'm saying to you today that you can be that light. Be the change you want to see in the world. Lester Vaughan, I'm charging you to make a difference. Thank you.
Lester Vaughan, be the change that you want to see in this world. Thank you, Mrs. Faith Gibson, for a very thought-provoking address. I was sitting, jotting down my little notes. And while I was jotting down my little notes, I want to share something with you that a student said to me. He said, she could be a principal. So you have your own challenge, Mrs. Faith Gibson. So she left us with some really good advice. We are but a mirror of this world. We need not, do you like what you see in today's world? How am I supposed to change this world? You have to be the change that you want to see. I like the fact that she said, this is your time. This is your time, students. This is your time. She told you to be a fair person. Don't be afraid to let others know when they're doing wrong. She told you to be bold, be confident, do positive things. Let's say do more positive things. Grow, evaluate. The change starts with you.
Okay, I think I got it this time. Thank you so much, Mrs. Faith Gibson. Thank you so much, Mrs. Perriman. So that's all left for me to do at this time is just to see if I can get a passing grade in English class and pretty much say to you quite briefly to be confident. How to take off these things. I'm really getting old. But as you're confident, have a plan as you step boldly out into the world and never fear change. You will be asked to adapt. Never settle for less. And I just want to add there, never settle for less, because guess what? You deserve more. As a matter of fact, you deserve the best. But you have to demand the best. And you will grow. Now, I always tell my students, practice makes permanent. And I tend to deviate from the norm, which says practice makes perfect. And I deviate because I don't want you to perfect bad habits. If you practice something negative or something bad and you perfect that, that's not growth. And finally, evaluate. And my evaluation this morning is that Mrs. Faith Gibson did a phenomenal job, so we need to put our hands together and thank her again. So, students, it's your time. Parents, it is their time. And this is the essence of what this event this morning is about. Celebrating the successes and the talents of our students. But to help us, We have invited two former students. Unfortunately, one is unable to be with us this morning. She had a family emergency. One of her relatives has taken ill, and the prospects are not looking so good, so we'll ask you to remember Tamara Gaskin in your prayers. But with us this morning is a young man who perhaps contributed to some of the... Actually, I was backstage telling him that I did forget one thing in preparation for today. That's to add some black to the grays in my beard. And he told me I shouldn't, that they speak of character. And salt and pepper speaks of character. But some of these grays are perhaps attributed to this young man. But I don't mind because he has risen, he has changed, he's now confident, he has a plan, he's evaluated the world in which he's living in, he's adapted, and he has certainly grown. So this morning, to help present our prizes, we have Mr. Michael Nichols, who is currently the production supervisor at Nichols Baking Company, Inc. He is a graduate of the University of Georgia, and he graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Science and Sociology. He is a proud, and I say proud because he lit up when he shared this fact with me. He's a proud member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, and he's the current Georgia 60-meter hurdle record holder and the current University of New Orleans 60 meters and 110 meters hurdle record holder. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Mr. Michael Nichols. So just give the technical team some time to move us because the spotlight should not be on us at this juncture. Are we doing this? Hello. Keyboard.
It's now the time that we all have been waiting for when we celebrate with our prize winners. So we're going to begin with First Inform Prizes 2022 to 2023. 1L Adi Singh. One S Dara Skeet. One R Sharon Aline. Miss Aline is not with us. So 1V Renaya Klinkit. 1G, Nikayla Lewis Odwin. 1H, Caitlin Bowen. 1N, Kayla Frank.
We move now to the second year. 2L, Drishon Nimblad. Form 2S, Sean Smith. Form 2T, Ethan Carrington. Form 2R, Jaden Maskell Wright. Form 2V, Kiara Allen. Form 2G, Caden King Clark. Form 2H, Shamira Moore. Form 2N, Shakina King. Shakina is not here, but we can continue that applause because you would have noticed that there was a large number. There was a large number of boys in that cadre from the second year, so let's put our hands together because I want you to know that boys are not in crisis here in Cane Garden.
We're moving on to the third years. 3L, Nico Jack. Three S, Larissa Aline Gay. Form 3T, Leandra Ford. Three R, Kimani Harris. Three G, Trinity Waldron. Three H, Destiny Thomas. Let's see those beautiful smiles as you collect your prizes. You have a lot to be proud of today. And then 3N, Jabrian Boyce.
We're going to press the rewind button at this juncture, and we're going to go back to the first year because there was a young lady whose name was not pronounced correctly, and we do apologize for that. But we would now welcome Shireen Allen of 1R. We move now to year 4. Form 4L, Nikayla Gittins. Nikayla also receives an award for excellent work in CSEC Principles of Accounts, a prize donated by the Business Studies Department. She also receives the Senior Prize for Good Work in Mathematics, a prize donated by the Mathematics Department. And I'm being told that she would have secured a grade 1 in POA in 4th form. Let's make some noise for Nikayla. We move to Form 4S, Anise Campbell. First in Form 4T, Ariana Mitchell. It seems that Ariana has a fan club, but I'll also say to you that Ariana Mitchell serves this year as the principal's prefect. Form 4R, First in Form, Malika Straker. Malika also receives an award for a Senior Prize for Good Work in History. Form 4V, First in Form, Joanna Drakes. And to round out the 4th year prizes for First in Form, Renico Smith, Form 4G. Back to the 2nd year, and we're going to welcome to collect her First in Form prize, Kiara Allen of Form 2V.
First in Form for 5th year, 5L, Kiara Budram. Five S, Demaine Carter. 5T, Jantia Lowe. 5R, Janika King. 5V, Kenja Greenwich. Five G, Jeremy Burke. 5H, Najee Watson. Najee also receives a prize for excellent work in CSEC Electronic Document Preparation and Management, prize donated by the Business Department, and she also received a distinction in City and Guild Mathematics. Well done, Ms. Watson. And 5N, Fantasia Bishop.
Because our students continue to do well, you would have noticed a high number of students in the 5th year for last school year not present, and that's because they would have be also at this juncture in their lives taking part in furthering themselves through examinations. So once again, let's applaud them in their absence. We now move to departmental prizes, and we're going to start with the Business Studies Department. Please note that all prizes will be donated by the Vaughan School Shop. Let's applaud them. Receiving the junior prize for good work in Introduction to Business Studies, Kyra Springer formed 3T. Receiving a prize for excellent work in CSEC EDPM, Kiara Gill. Also receiving a prize for excellent work in CSEC EDPM, Jadon Henry. Excellent work in CSEC EDPM, Leandra Howell. So I'm going to ask you at this time to hold your applause for this student until I get to the end, because the list is pretty long. Receiving a prize for excellent work in CSEC EDPM, excellent work in CSEC Principles of Accounts, excellent work in CSEC Principles of Business, excellent work in CSEC Office Administration, and the Peggy Griffith Award for the most outstanding business student, a prize donated by Miss Peggy Griffith. Let's give a rousing round of applause to Shemaya Husbands. Her brother is here to collect on her behalf. Let us give him a round of applause as he comes. I'll say to you that I'm going to be quite prophetic, and I'm going to tell you, look forward to Shemaya Husbands being a future CEO. Excellent work in CSEC EDPM, Koshana Maynard. Excellent work in CSEC EDPM, Anisha Olton. Sorry for that break in transmission. We now move on to Nathan Walcott, who receives a prize for excellent work in CSAC Principles of Business. Nathan also receives a prize for excellent work in CSAC English Language, a prize donated by Miss Tamara Gaskin. We now move to the Most Improved Business Studies student. This prize is donated by Miss Philomel Griffith, former head of Department Business Studies, and that prize goes to Daniela Small.
On to the prizes for the English department. Micah Boucher, Form 1R, Most Improved Junior Student in English Language, and this prize was donated by Miss Tamara Gaskin. Miguel Mings, Form 1R, Improved Junior Student in English Language. This prize was donated by Miss S. Harris. Form 5L, Tamaray Boyce, excellent work in CSAC English Language, prize donated by Miss Tamara Gaskin. Form 5S, Jaden Brewster Adams, excellent work in City and Guild English, Stage 3. Form 5L, Judah Eversley, excellent work in CSAC Theater Arts. Judah also receives the Shaquille Boxell Award for Theater Arts. And the prize was donated by our former teacher, Mrs. Carol Clark. Jadon would have received his prizes already, but I'm just going to mention that he would receive a prize for excellent work in CSAC English Language, prize donated by Miss Tamara Gaskin.
We move to the General Studies Department, and we now award Jamira Wiltshire for the Junior Prize for good work in Social Studies. For the Senior Prize for good work in Social Studies, we now welcome Lisane Denny. Senior Prize for good work in Geography, Mr. Amani Goodman. We move to Human Ecology. And in his absence, we're going to congratulate Domain Carter for very good work in CSAC Food and Nutrition. We move to the Industrial Arts Department. And once again, in her absence, we're going to congratulate Janica King for excellent work in CSAC Industrial Technology Building.
We move on to the Math Department. Form 1V, Renisha Haynes, Junior Prize for good work in mathematics. Form 3S, Megan Fenty. Junior prize for good work in mathematics. Prize donated by the math department. Nikayla Gittins, Form 4L, Senior Prize for good work in mathematics. Prize donated by the math department. Form 5V, Darianne Wave Daly, good work in CSEC mathematics. Janika is not here with us, but she received good work in CSEC mathematics as well. Leandra Howell. Leandra would have received her prizes already. She received a distinction in City and Guilds Mathematics Stage 3. 5G, Kiara Mears Ali, distinction in City and Guild Mathematics Stage 3, prize donated by the Mathematics Department. I will also mention Najee, who received her prizes already. She also received a distinction in City and Guild Mathematics Stage 3. I commend all of those who received those math prizes. I envy you because I never received one in my life.
I will have to join there because I have a distinction in CXC Math. I think I have a grade 5, all profiles at E. We move now to modern languages. Let's put our hands together and congratulate the top performer in Spanish internal exams, Jacendai Yearwood. Let us keep our applause going because we now welcome the top performer in French in internal examinations, Alicia Leacock. We now move to the science department and the junior prize for good work in integrated science, Tyra Lord. We now move to visual and performing arts. Dara would have been on the stage earlier for First Inform, and she would have received a prize as well for the junior prize for good work in visual arts. She also received a junior prize for good work in music. Outstanding work in CSEC Visual Arts, a prize donated by the Art Hub. Let us welcome Jalea Straker. Outstanding work in CSEC Visual Arts. Let us welcome Alyssa Boxill. Good work in CSEC Music and Trinity College, Theon Albert. He also receives a prize for exemplary conduct. Also receiving a prize for good work in CSEC Music and Trinity College, Deshaun Griffith. We now move to the Department of Physical Education and Sport, receiving a prize for excellent work in CSAC PE, Charles Barton. Also receiving the prize for work in CSAC PE, Shakan Brown. Excellent work in CSAC PE, Arian Seeley. He also receives a prize as the most outstanding cricketer, a prize donated by Mr. David Eiffel. Most outstanding footballer, male, Tremont Francis. Let us welcome now the most outstanding footballer in the female category, Adrienne Johnson-Leacock. We now move to the discipline of basketball, and the most outstanding basketball player, male, Zachary Winter. Most outstanding basketball player in the female category, Ivory Eversley. Most outstanding netballer, Quenisha Cox. Quenisha is also a part of the under-16 Barbados netball team. Most outstanding volleyballer in the male category, Mr. Micah Trotman. The most outstanding volleyballer in the female category, Miss Chelsea Mears. Chelsea's also receiving a prize for service to the school shop. We now move to cricket, and the most outstanding cricketer, male category, Komari Griffith. Not many schools can boast of this next category, but we can here in Cane Garden for sure. Most outstanding cricketer in the female category, Kamaya Matthew Broom. And she is also on the Barbados female cricket team. So now we move to the long distance champions. Most outstanding cross-country runner in the male category, Malik Douglan. Most outstanding cross-country runner, female category, Shania Sobers. Most Outstanding Overall Female Athlete, Alexis Maskell. And the Most Outstanding Overall Male Athlete, Denaro Thornhill.
We move on to our CXC awards. Before I call them, I'm going to ask Ms. Harris to come to the stage. And I'm going to leave her awardee for last so she can tell you about it. So Kiara Budram, 5L. These are for 5 or more CSEC subjects, including math and English. Kiara Budram, 5L. Janica King, 5R. Kiara Gill. Jadon Henry, he would have graced the stage already. Ocean Hines, Form 5H. Leandra Howell, she would have graced the stage already. Camille Jones, 5N. Koshana Maynard, 5L. And she would have graced the stage already. Renako Went, 5G. If you didn't come for your prizes already and you're here, can you please come forward? Okay, they're all in exams, so we give them a round of applause for that. So it shows that they've moved on and they're working to their true potential. So I'm going to invite Ms. Harris to tell you about this award for Miss Aaliyah Barton.
Yes. Good morning again, everyone. This award was donated to Aaliyah of Form 5S. Aaliyah would have been a student of mine from 4R. And when I saw the results, because even though we teach one subject or two, we still look forward to having great results from all of the students. And when I looked through the results and recognized that Aaliyah would have received all of her CXCs with great results, I was happy. The reason I was happy is because even though during COVID, Aaliyah was the first person, even before me, online for the online sessions. When I clicked into the classroom, she was there. And even if no one else came, Aaliyah was there. Aaliyah participated, Aaliyah was engaged, and I loved online, so I was glad to have her there. Coming into school with the blended approach, Aaliyah still showed perseverance and determination. Online got a lot of persons lazy, but she came to school, she persevered, and she was very determined to do well in her studies. This perseverance and determination paid off, and Aaliyah, you have been awarded by me, Ms. Harris. I told Ms. Tudor that I wanted to give you a special prize, and when I found out that you were at BCC, Barbados Community College, pursuing your studies, I wanted to give you 1-year scholarship for your 2nd year at Barbados Community College. Continue to persevere and continue to be determined in all that you do. All the best.
She also receives
Aaliyah also received the CXC Award for English and Math and 5 or more subjects, including English and Math, helpfulness, and contribution to cadets. A well-rounded student. The change that you want to see. Aaliyah Barton. We move on to the extracurricular activities. Judah would have received his prize already, the Shaquille Boxer Memorial Plaque for contribution to literary arts. Chelsea Mears would have received her prize for service to the school shop, donated by the Last Vaughan School Shop. And I now invite Atia Wood and Micaiah Safri to receive their award to service for the school shop. And Atia is the Deputy Principal's Prefect. Makaya is also receiving an award for contribution to the Red Cross Society. On to our Helpfulness Awards. Gabrielle Bess, 3S. Joelle Boyce, 1N. Natalia Seeley, who is a returning 5th. Keisha Sobers, 3N. Jonathan Thompson, 4S. Jada Thorne, 4V. And Jada Williams, 1H.
We now move to awards for deportment. Yashima Bet Griffith, Form 1N. Sharikan Green, Form 5H. Nishawn Hinkson, Form 3S. I can also share with you that Nishawn is one of our budding DJs in Barbados. Last Sunday, I would have had the opportunity to go to Copacabana, where he would have performed in Barbados Dance Fest and DJ competition. Congrats to him. We now move to Form 2R in the form of Malik Jordan. He comes to receive his Deportment Award. Also receiving a Deportment Award, Ariel Rollins. She's a Form 4L. This young lady would have graced the stage already, but Danielle Small, she also receives an award for deportment. And Shifan Taylor, Form 3T, he too receives a Deportment Award.
All right, our next category is Exemplary Conduct. Zena Ford, 3L. Mary Francis. Ethan Jones, 4S. Amari Prasad, 3V. Rivaldo Sealy, 5S. And Tiffany Wickham, 3S. Awards for perfect attendance. I mean, they're at school every single day of the year. Larissa Malte, 40. Keisha Sealy Bino, 3R. And Joshua Williams.
All right, just bear with me as I deviate from your program just a bit. So there are two prizes that are going to be awarded at this juncture. And when COVID came, students who are currently in 4th and 5th, they would have had to fight to adapt. They would have had to try to keep their head above the water. And so Mrs. Blunt, in her absence, and myself, we thought it prudent and necessary to award two outstanding young persons, one from each year group. And this morning, it gives me great pleasure to read and share with you on these two young people. So we'll start with the 4th year. At the Lester Vaughan School, we measure success beyond the classroom. We choose to celebrate and recognize all the outstanding things students accomplish, including examples of being resilient, our core value for the academic year 2022 to 2023. The recipient of this prize for resilience was selected by the year head, Mrs. Stacy Blunt. The prize is being awarded to celebrate the strength and resilience demonstrated by a student during the challenging times such as COVID and other personal challenges. In November of 2022, this student unexpectedly fell ill. He was unable to walk, and so he could not attend school. During this time, he was hospitalized, but this student still requested that any classwork and assignments given were shared via Google Classroom so that he may attempt them. He was airlifted out of the country on January 29, 2023 to Colombia to receive medical care through surgery. He returned to school in May 2023 and worked so diligently, surpassing all expectations, that he was able to be promoted to the 4th year. Today, the recipient of the 3rd year head's prize for resilience is Master Shafan Taylor, a former student of Form 3T. His form teacher, Miss Tavia Drakes, and year head, Mrs. Stacy Blunt, and the entire year group team are extremely proud of Shafan's accomplishments. Let us congratulate Shafan Taylor. Shafan, this is the point where you get to come back twice because this is a special one. And I can also share that I had the privilege of teaching Shafan last school year. And despite being away from school, Shafan was the top student getting the highest mark all 3 terms in English literature in my class. Let's make some noise for Shafan. The next award goes to Shariah Mears, and this is my award. Shariah has been selected by me for the Resilience Award given the transformation that she has undergone over the past 2 academic years. She has matured by leaps and bounds and has become extremely focused, resilient, and determined to do well both academically and personally. Her change was noticed and noted during the major transition to online school, and her teachers spoke highly of her throughout this period. Upon her return to face-to-face school, she continued on this positive trajectory. Her academic progress has been phenomenal when compared to her junior school years. Shariah has confidently stepped into a new attitude, which has improved her aptitude, and this has led to her reaching a new altitude. Shariah is also committed to personal growth, and she joined the Barbados Sea Cadet program last year in 2022. I can say to you that she was promoted 2 weeks ago from ordinary seaman to able seaman. This young lady embodies traits that her peers can look on and emulate. She is empathetic, resilient, brave, and kind. She's also a people's champion. I'm not sure what's happening here. She is also a people's champion because anytime she witnesses others being wrong, she steps in, or she seeks help from the adults to bring relief or restitution to those being negatively affected. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in congratulating and celebrating Miss Shariah Mears.
Well done, Shariah. You made Mr. Carmichael cry. Well done, Shariah. You've done great things.
Sorry for those 2 breaks in transmission and emotional upkeep. All right. I'm not going to live that down because my 5th-year students will now know that I have a heart. We now move to the Michael St. Hill Challenge Trophy, and this is for a student who contributes to the life of the school in sports, culture, extracurricular activities, and leadership. This prize was donated by Miss Tamara Gaskin, and it goes to no other person than Jeremy Boyce. Shemaiah comes back. Okay. I said that. We should also note that the prize was donated by Ms. Tamara Gaskin, as I told you, and you would have known, obviously, that he receives the Michael St. Hill Trophy, and Tamara Gaskin is the cousin of Michael St. Hill. We now move to the Dr. Louise Joseph Memorial Prize for outstanding work and exemplary conduct in the junior school. Let us put our hands together and give a rousing applause to Nayara Brathwaite. The next award, the Deputy Principal's Prize, and this is for a student who has made remarkable personal development. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this award goes to a budding politician from all things that I can see based on the conversations that we have from first form. Let us put our hands together as our acting principal comes. And welcome to the stage, Nathan Hines Ford. We can do better than that. At this point, I'm going to ask all prize winners to stand. Let's put our hands together for these proud young men and women of the last Vaughan School. You can take a bow and you can take your seats. So if you look at your program, you will see that on the program, the pants are new, they still need to be stretched. You will see that next on the program is entertainment. And you would have noticed that I've come from back there, and I'm center stage. And no, I'm not going to sing. So we're going to, at this juncture, invite our stage crew to work their magic. And let us give these persons a round of applause, because this is a new club at the school started by Mr. Clark. It's called the Audiovisual Club, and the numbers are growing. Actually, I think they have more students than they have microphone stands to put up. But this is the eagerness. And it also goes to show that, and I would want to say to the students up there, yes, we laud academics, but extracurricular activities and sports, etc., these are sometimes where you realize your passion. And this is sometimes where you see what you're true at and what you're good at. So I encourage all of you, if you're not a part of an extracurricular activity, sign up on Monday. That was a paid advertisement. So as you listen to the featured speaker this morning, Mrs. Kathy Ann Waif Gibson, she asked you to mirror what you want to see in the world. And when God is in something, everything aligns. Mrs. Waif Gibson would have sent me a video that she wanted played at the end of her presentation. But then I reached out to Mrs. Waif Gibson and said, you know what? We don't even have to play that video, because that song that you want to be played will be sung live here on this stage. And I'm going to tell you that I'm happy and I'm excited, because when the choir sings, your heart is warm. And I'm going to invite the school's choir to come and give you a rendition of one of the late, great Michael Jackson's hits. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome the Leicester Vaughan School Choir to perform Man in the Mirror.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street without enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other in the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know.
And no message could be any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na.
I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize there's someone else, not nickel to low. Could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A willow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washout dream. They're falling injured and on the way, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I'm starting to know.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na 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 na.
Na 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 na.
It seems as though they want me to use my teacher's voice. 1, 2. There we go. Thank you. Let's make some more noise for the Leicester Vaughan School Choir. Let us also make some noise for the Leicester Vaughan School Band. And let us also make some noise for a teacher who was playing in that band, Mr. Freeman. And of course, we would have to make some noise for the choir director, Miss Bess. But amidst all the noise, let the message of the song not be lost. And if there's no part of the song that you remember, let it be the chorus. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. And I recited the chorus for you so that perhaps it resonates with you, one, and it certainly aligns with the message that was shared with you this morning. And let us also not forget how it aligns with the theme, be the change you want to see. So, I want to thank you for being a good audience, putting up with the late start, putting up with the medium-length speeches, putting up with my emotional breakdown never happened. And above all, I want to thank you for joining us for celebrating these splendid young people. And I also want to say that the press is here, and as Mrs. Waith Gibson would have said to you young people, remember that what you share and what you do could easily, without you knowing, be reflected in wider society. So next time you're at the school canteen, and I'm not on lunch duty, and someone boards the line, don't respond negatively because we don't want you recorded. Right, Mrs. Waith Gibson? So at this juncture, I am going to invite the Deputy Principal, Mr. Sean Ford, to move the authentic and the official vote of thanks. Put your hands together as he comes. We're just getting a stand for you.
Put your hands together for the technical team, working hard. I'm just waiting to stand. All right. Master and Mistress of Ceremonies, Mr. Gilbert Carmichael and Mrs. Marsha Perryman. Principal, acted Mrs. Suzette Holder. Honorable Cynthia Ford, MP, representative of this fine constituency. Dr. Darley Carrington, Chairman of the Board, board members, Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Miss Linda Joy Ford, education officials, President of the PTA and Board Member, Miss Sheena Headley, featured speaker, Mrs. Kathy Ann Waif Gibson, presenter of prizes and awards, Mr. Michael Nichols, specially invited guests, members of the media, members of staff, parents, guardians, and well-wishers, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Well, let's say good afternoon. I stand before you with a heart full of gratitude. It is my honor to deliver the vote of thanks on this significant occasion where we acknowledge and celebrate the academic achievements, success, commitment, and dedication to studies. Remember, these elements are interconnected. Academic achievements and success are often the result of commitment and dedication to studies. They require hard work, but the rewards are well worth it. Keep striving, keep learning, and keep achieving. Your future self will thank you. Firstly, I would like to express our sincere appreciation to our school's management and staff for their tireless efforts in nurturing, guiding, and providing an environment conducive to learning. Your dedication is the foundation upon which these achievements rest. To our esteemed guests who grace this occasion with their presence, your support and encouragement have been invaluable. We are grateful for your time and the wisdom you shared with us today. A special thank you to our Master and Mistress of Ceremonies, Mr. Gilbert Carmichael and Mrs. Marsha Perryman, for their warm welcome and for skillfully guiding us through today's ceremony. Their charisma and eloquence have greatly contributed to the smooth flow of the event. Their ability to engage the audience and maintain a lively atmosphere has made this occasion all the more memorable. Thank you, Mr. Carmichael. Thank you, Mrs. Perryman. Regrettably, Dr. Carrington was not able to celebrate with us today. However, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our chairman, Dr. Carrington, for his unwavering support of the school. The significant contribution he and the Board of Management have made to the school have underscored the importance of academic achievement, success, commitment, and dedication to studies. We thank you all for your invaluable contribution. We extend our sincere gratitude to the acting principal, Mrs. Suzette Holder, for her comprehensive academic report. Her detailed presentation highlighting the achievements of the Lester Vaughan School, students, and teachers has given us all a deeper understanding of their hard work and dedication. Thank you, Mrs. Holder, for your invaluable insights and for your unwavering commitment to our students' academic success. We are immensely grateful to Mrs. Kathy Ann Waif Gibson, our former English teacher, for her enlightening address on Be the Change You Want to See. Her words have inspired us all to take personal responsibility for making a positive impact in the world. Her wisdom and experience, especially in the field of English language and literature, have added a unique perspective to our event. Thank you, Mrs. Waif Gibson, for your invaluable contribution and for reminding us of the power we each hold to effect change. We would like to extend our appreciation and gratitude to our special presenter, Mr. Michael Nichols, esteemed alumni of the Lester Vaughan School. Your presence and contribution has significantly enriched today's ceremony and serves as a testament to the enduring impact of education and the strong community that this institution fosters. A huge round of applause for Miss Tracy Bess for her exceptional coordination of today's entertainment. When I heard the first song, I said, well, oh, all right, that's it. That's going to top it. But those boys, that young boy, I have to buy him lunch. I hope somebody's here to represent his parent, his mother, his aunt, his guardian, somebody. When he started to sing, it really moved me. The man in the mirror, it really moved me. Boys are not in crisis at Leicester Vaughan. They're not. The performances were not only entertainment, but also a testament to the creativity and dedication and hard work of our students. We are deeply honored to have the presence of Honorable Cynthia Ford, Member of Parliament for St. Thomas, at our ceremony today. Her dedication to public service and commitment to education is truly inspiring. Her presence has added a great deal of prestige to this event. Thank you, Honorable Ford, for gracing us with your presence and for your continued support of our school and its students. A few honorable mentions: the ancillary staff. I will never leave out the ancillary staff for the constant upkeep, for making this school what it is, for ensuring that we are safe in this environment. Mrs. Tonisha Graves for the creativity in designing the invitations. Mrs. Shelly Ann Husbands for designing and coordinating today's booklet program. All departments and members of staff who would have contributed to the prizes and the awards. Miss Miriam Roach for decorating our auditorium today. Mr. Ryan Clark and the student team, the Audiovisual Club. As Mr. Carmichael is saying, they are growing, their interest is here, and we're going forward with our clubs. We are ensuring that each person is involved in some form of extracurricular activities. MRD for the live streaming of our speech day ceremony. The media houses present today, and all who have contributed to the success and of the students and today's proceedings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To the parents and guardians, your unwavering commitment and dedication to your children's education has not gone unnoticed. Your sacrifice and support have played a crucial role in their success. To the award recipients, we are immensely proud of your achievements. Your hard work, dedication, and commitment to your studies have paid off. You are a testament to the fact that with perseverance and passion, one can scale great heights. This one is dear to me because Mrs. Struder, I want to say a heartfelt thank you to her for her monumental role in coordinating, and as I said, coordinating today's events. You and your team, your team's dedication and perseverance have been truly appreciated. The success of this ceremony is a testament to your hard work and commitment. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and we are grateful for your contribution. Thank you, Mrs. Struder. Lastly, but certainly not least, to every student here, remember that every step you take in pursuit of education is an achievement in itself. Success is not about winning, but about the effort you put in. Keep striving, keep learning, and keep achieving. Thank you all for making this speech day of 2023 a memorable one. Your presence and participation have indeed made this day special. And as we all say, Rooted in knowledge. Rooted in knowledge. Thank you.
What we doing now? The school song, the school pageant, the motto. All right, let me speak first. Thank you so much, Mr. Ford. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Ford once more. So we're almost at the end of our ceremony, and I want to thank you, students. You've been very well behaved. Also, can Shafan Taylor and Shariah Mears meet me directly after the ceremony is finished on the outside? So it was certainly a pleasure, and I speak for me and
Mrs. Perryman.
We truly had a blast being your master of ceremonies today. And when we used to listen to AM radio, doesn't it? Yeah. Some in the audience, I'd be lost on them. So we've come to the end of our ceremony. And it has been a rewarding one, an enlightening one. And I would want that as you leave here, that you take something with you. The students who did not receive awards this time around, I do hope that this serves as a motivation and an inspiration for you to aspire to be up here at the end of next academic year, or this academic year, because all of us, we were born with a purpose, we were born with talents, and we were born with particular skills. And so, I would want that you... I was trying to ignore a call from a parent so I can read what I want to read, but that's not working out. But I want to encourage all of you to certainly be the change that you want to see, and understand that you have purpose and you have talents. All that is left for you to do So, all this is for you to find purpose and your passion. And I want to end by telling you that the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. And that is because when you change, and you change for good, it is because you have come to a realization that perhaps something that you were doing before is either not beneficial to you, or you change, whereas you young people would say you up the thing because you recognize that you have to give a bit more. I also want to leave with you a quote from Oprah Winfrey. And she said, "The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude." Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an honor. I now invite you to stand with me as we say the school's pledge and the national motto. The national pledge, motto. The school's motto and the national pledge. Senior moments, I say. The school's motto.
Rooted in knowledge we grow. Together we rise.
I pledge allegiance to my country, Barbados, and to my flag, to uphold and defend their honor, and by my living to do credit to my nation wherever I go.